Jay here, and I just wanted to kind of show you guys. I did this Firefly guitar review um, a couple of videos ago, and I have it here down in my kind of little corner basement workbench. I have the guitar on here, and what I've done is I've blue taped along the binding and the fretboard here, because I'm going to do a little bit of filing. I've got some little fret files here. There was, like I said in the video, one of the things I brought up was that I always like to wait a couple of weeks, let the guitars acclimate, because that's when fret sprout does happen. And it did happen. I got a little bit of rough spots, certain spots. So I didn't, what I did to prep it for the fret filing was blue taped here and then along the binding here, so that when I filed there, I won't be scratching up the binding too much, I hope. And also, I put a little piece of plastic over the pickups, in case I get some fret filings. And then I'm going to sponge sand the fret tops after I file the corners down. I'll take the tape off and I'll just put these little metal fret protectors on there like that, and then I'll just kind of take the sanding sponge to the top of them, clean them up and smooth them out a little bit, and then put the fret oil on the board. One of the things I found out with the Firefly guitar, and it wasn't a major thing at all, but right here, I don't know if you can see the nut. Let's see if I can get the camera down there for that. Right here where your tuners are, these little nuts here that go and hold the tuners in. These tuners were a couple of them were a little bit loose because this nut needed to be tightened. And again, that could be a function of it being in this climate here for a while and moving around a little bit, the wood maybe. Anyway, so I tightened that up a little bit, and then I'm going to file these frets a little bit in the corners where I feel they're a little sharp. And then we're going to, like I said, just sanding. I'll take this sanding sponge here, using this little kit right here, this side here, and we'll just lightly sand over the tops of the frets, just like so, just to get any crud off of them or make them smooth, get them cleaned up. And then we'll put fret oil and polish everything, and polish the guitar up. Put new strings on it. I got some Diodario. These are 9s. I think I'll put 9s. I got some regular Slinky 10s too. But I'll put the 9s on it this time, see what it plays like. And then maybe in the future, if I don't like them, I'll put the 10s on after this set wears out. So, without further ado, let's just get to filing here a little bit. And let's see here, we have this one here. Just take it down on the corners a little bit. You don't have to do a whole lot. Just round those off so they're not sharp. This one's a little sharp right on the edge. I'm trying not to get to the binding there. I don't know if you can see that on my hand. Just round that right. A little small. Feels a little better. So I'm just feeling that there to see if there's anything sharp under there. And just round it right on the corner of them. That's doing it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and finish doing that, and then we'll come back here in a minute. So I filed down these little fret ends here and got them to where I think they're pretty good, pretty smooth, not too sharp, not feeling too sharp. And then I'm just gonna go over the tops of these frets there. So you get off, get them nice and smooth, and I'll do a little bit better on this with a, I'll come back in a minute with the, after I take the tape off. And got these edges here, and we'll do that. And again, I kept the tape over here in case I don't want the metal to go to these magnetic pickups there, get little metal filings stuck on them. So we're going to take the tape off here. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing there. And we take all these off. You don't need to watch this process. I'll just take the tape off and we'll come back here in a second. So now I'm just taking the this little fret thing you can see here, putting that over to protect the fingerboard there, and sanding on top like so, down to kind of smooth out those frets, make sure there's no little stringy spots that'll, and do every one of these frets. We're not taking a lot off here. And we're just kind of smoothing them out a little. There it is. There it is, right up here. Let's see here. Let me get some thread oil and a clean rag here. A little bit of thread oil on there. Alright. Drop, 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 drop. All the way up. Okay. Clean it. Make sure it's nice and clean. Okay. Good stuff. It really boils that wood up real good. All that excess of it off. Buff it out. Kind of dry down there. Alright. I'm going to take this cloth off. And like I said, I did the tightened up those little nuts on the tuner there. Just feel. Let's get some polish here. Polish this up. Polish Push this up a little bit. Still smells funny. That smells funny, that guitar polish. Okay. And now, put that tailpiece back on and restring it with some new strings. Plug her in and see what we get, huh? See how she plays. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and string her up here. Plug her in. Okay, so Jay here again. So I was downstairs working on the Firefly. I let it acclimate for a couple of weeks, and then I filed a little bit of fret sprout. And actually up in here I probably could do a little bit more filing. But I filed it down a little bit and cleaned it up. Put some oil on the fretboard and changed the strings. Put D'Addario 9-gauge strings on here. Also on the tuners up here, these little nuts, there was a few of them, a couple of them that were kind of loose, and so I tightened that up to tighten up the tuners. And I'm just playing it through my practice amp, my Line 6 practice amp in my office right now. It plays great. I think what was on it before was a set of 10s. So I actually raised the action up just a hair, because when I put the 9s on, I felt like it might have been buzzing a little bit, but I'm not sure if it was. There is a rattle in the bridge. I figured out what that noise was that was bugging me. I think this bridge rattle, there's these little nuts in here or something rattle. I'm not sure how that works. But I think if I got a new bridge for it, upgraded the bridge a little bit, that would probably go away. Or, I don't know, somebody said at one point if you put, I don't know, some kind of fabric or something in there, it stops them from rattling too. Or a spring. But I'm very happy with it. Yeah, it sounds great. It just sounds great. Let's see the dirty channel. Yeah, it sounds great. I'm very happy with it. In hindsight, I think I will put 10s on it next time. Because the 9s were a lighter gauge string, they're easier to play and everything, but I think I lost some of the fuller sound that I like, and also had to raise the action up a little bit, I think. But they had the action set perfect. I mean, right out of the box. I mean, I will say that. And the intonation's right dead nuts on. Dead on. Right here. So, again, Firefly, I did a little kind of setup to it, and it's great. So, I'm going to be playing it. Just wanted to do a little follow-up, that was all. A little follow-up on it. to let you know how everything turned out. Turned out good. It's been a couple of weeks, and you know, like I said, to let it acclimate and everything. And I raised the action here just a little bit. One of the reasons was I wasn't sure if I was getting buzzing, but after I put the lighter gauge strings on, but it wasn't, I don't think. But I kind of like it a little bit. I just got it to my liking at this point, so everything's good. It's good. It's good. Firefly. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in real quick.